In today's lesson, we're going to cover linear and nonlinear functions. This is lesson 4.7. The standards are 8F1, 8F3, and 8F5. The objective is to determine whether a function is linear or nonlinear. The essential question is, how can we model relationships between quantities? Linear functions. In a linear function, each input has exactly one output. The rates of change are constant, and the lines are straight. Examples of linear graphs. These are both examples because they are both single straight lines. Examples of linear equations. Some examples of linear equations would be y equals 3x plus 4, y equals 1 over 2x minus 5, y equals negative 4x, 3x plus 2y equals 20. The reason why these are all examples of linear equations is because they are all variations of y equals mx plus b. Nonlinear functions. Each input has exactly one output, and the reason why is because it's still a function. The rates of change are not constant, and the lines are not straight. Examples of nonlinear graphs. In the first graph, we have two straight lines, and because we do not have a single straight line, it is nonlinear. The second one is an upside-down parabola. And the last one, we have three different lines going. So since it's not a single straight line, it is nonlinear. Examples of nonlinear equations. Some examples would be y equals x squared, y equals x to the power of 3. Anytime x is to any power other than 1, it is nonlinear. Another example would be y equals the square root of x, y equals the absolute value of x, y equals 1 over x. Anytime x is a denominator, it will be nonlinear. Y squared equals x, and y equals x plus 2 times x plus 1. Example A. Show how this represents a linear function. If it's linear, the rate of change is constant or the same. So from 0 to 5, I'm adding 5. From 5 to 10, I'm adding 5. From 10 to 15, I'm adding 5. So far, the x's are changing at a constant or the same rate. Now let's look at the y's. From 20 to 16, I'm subtracting 4. From 16 to 12, I'm subtracting 4. From 12 to 8, I'm subtracting 4. Since the y's and the x's are changing at a constant rate, that makes it linear. So the rate of change is constant. Or the same. Making it linear. Example B. Show how this represents a nonlinear function. Let's look at the x's. From 0 to 2, I'm adding 2. From 2 to 4, I'm adding 2. From 4 to 6, I'm adding 2. So far, the x's are changing at the same rate. Now let's look at the y's. From 0 to 2, I'm adding 2. From 2 to 8, I'm adding 6. From 8 to 18, I'm adding 10. These are now changing at different rates, making it non-linear. So the rate of change is not constant. Or the same. So it's non-linear. Example C. Tickets to the school dance cost $5 per student. Explain why this is a linear function. Let's look at the table. The number of tickets sold. From 1 to 2, I'm adding 1. From 2 to 3, I'm adding 1. Ticket sales. From 5 to 10, I'm adding 5. From 10 to 15, I'm adding 5. The rate of change is constant. $5 per ticket. Since it's constant, that makes it linear. Example D. David recorded his hours of study each week. Show why this is a nonlinear function. Let's look at the first column, which are the x's. So from 1 to 2, I'm adding 1. From 2 to 3, I'm adding 1. From 3 to 4, I'm adding 1. From 4 to 5, I'm adding 1. So far, the x's change at the same rate. Now let's look at the y's. From 8 to 11, I'm adding 3. From 11 to 16, I'm adding 5. From 16 to 23, I'm adding 7. From 23 to 32, I'm adding 9. These are not changing at the same rate. Therefore, the rate of change is not constant or the same so it's nonlinear. Example E. A square has a side length of s inches. The perimeter of the square is a function of the side length. Show how this represents a linear function. Let's make a table to sort out this information. So we have side length, and we have perimeter. I'm going to use the side lengths of 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, perimeter is the distance around an object. I have a square, and the sides are all 1 inch. So I have 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. That's going to give me a perimeter of 4. Now I have a square, and each side is 2 inches. So I have 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. That's going to give me 8. All you have to do is multiply the side by 4. So if the side length is 3, 3 times 4 will give us 12. If the side length is 4, we multiply that by 4. 4 times 4 will give us 16. Now from 1 to 2, I'm adding 1. From 2 to 3, I'm adding 1. From 3 to 4, I'm adding 1. From 4 to 8, I'm adding 4. From 8 to 12, I'm adding 4. From 12 to 16, I'm adding 4. So the rate of change is constant, so it's linear.